Hey guys, so today I want to focus on the importance of individuality and knowing self, or taking the time out to learn who you are as a person. I feel that we as human beings tend to depend on other people for our own happiness, and not only is that a big no-no, but it's very, very selfish of us because we're constantly applying that pressure to this other human being to not only make themselves happy, but to now come over and make us happy. And that's not how things work. That's not how it should work. And I feel like many people at some point or another in their life has had this feeling of constantly being around friends or being in a relationship where they're always with somebody. So they're comfortable, they're happy, they're doing things and building memories, and sometimes even doing things that make the other person happy because they may feel like, oh, that's what happiness is, or if they're happy then I'm happy, and they start to forget about themselves to where when they lose a friend, or better yet, when they break up with their spouse or their partner, they are so devastated and depressed, and they feel worthless, or like so alone, like they have nothing. And more times than not, that feeling comes from, one, just not being used to being alone, and two, they don't know themselves yet. They don't know what they enjoy, they don't know who they are, they don't know where they're going, so they feel like being with this person or being around this person is everything to them, is like everything, they need them. And the truth is, you don't. And with time and understanding who you are, you'll start to realize that. I know I've been in those predicaments multiple times, and it's because I didn't really understand why it was that I kept feeling like that. And when I realized that it's because I don't know who I am, and when I realized that I'm not used to being alone, it made sense. So I suggest to other people to take the time to figure out who you are as a person. And some people might ask, well, how do you do that? That's the same question I've had, and I still have sometimes, because although I have learned a lot about myself, I'm still constantly learning who I am. Learning yourself is a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. While there may be some people who might learn a little quicker who they are, it's not a race. My suggestion is to constantly do things on your own. A lot of people look down upon certain things and make it seem like it's lame to do by yourself. And for a long time I didn't do that, until I just felt like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I actually found that I enjoy it. The more you do things, little things, you start to see whether you like it or you don't like it. So don't just rule out something just because you think, oh, that's not for me. If you have not tried it, you don't know. So try different things, travel the world, no matter how small that travel may be or how big it may be. Travel the world, put yourself in a situation where you are able to do that. And if you don't have the means to do it right now, there are so many other things that you can do for self that doesn't cost anything or doesn't cost much, where you can just constantly do these things and see if you like it or not. Eventually, you start figuring out the person that you are, and also the more and more you think about situations or self-reflect and understand how you feel about the situation, you start to understand what you are willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate. And then slowly but surely, you'll start to put the pieces together, and eventually you will know who you are. And when you come into your next relationship, or even the current one, you bring that added piece to it. So you both have your own individuality, and you come together and you share it with each other. you're not basing your happiness on that person. They're not basing their happiness on you. You both have your own thing. You come together, you share it, you act as one. But when you're apart, or when they're doing their own thing or you're doing your own thing, you're able to keep yourself busy because you have things that you enjoy doing yourself. Or if you do break up, then you are not feeling like it's the end of the world because you know that you still have a lot going for yourself, or you can move on knowing that I'm gonna do something that I like and life moves on. So some key points of this video are individuality. Being your own individual is very, very important in entering any friendships, any relationships. It's very important. And also learning who you are by trying new things, doing things by yourself, traveling the world, and having that personal me time to self-reflect and trying to understand how you view the world and maybe why you view the world in a certain type of way. And from there, if you like it, you like it. And if you don't like something, then you're able to change it because at least you're now aware of it. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks, guys.